on his story. So Drake is reacting to people. By the way, this is what he put up for the views thing, right? So this is what the comments were on the views thing. We'll get to that in a second. But he's Drake knows he has 143 million Instagram followers. If some random person who I don't even know the person, right? He put her face up on the thing. If you go find her, you go watch what she was talking about. She was talking about Drake's album. It was a negative review. Clearly, it was almost like a Nicki Minaj-esque trick. You know, when Nicki will try to get her fans to go bully somebody, be like, yeah. So I was like, that's kind of odd. Like, Drake doesn't do that. I don't know Drake to do that. Drake is a person who, like, I just think he's always played the social media shit so amazing and so perfect that even in what you might call a loss, he still wins. Like, even the Pusha T thing, I still think, just optics-wise, he still won, right? So it was kind of odd. I was, but then he posted this up, and these are some of the comments from when Take Care dropped. He said, I agree with the review. Drake lost some respect with this one. In my own opinion, he should have had backdated the release and done a better CD. I think this album was weak, repetitive, boring. At times, nothing new, nothing exciting, same old, blah. Too much singing for me. I'm obviously a gangster. I don't fuck around. Okay? And he pretty much was saying, damn. He says, reading these comments from when Take Care dropped. Basically saying he's laughing at how people reacted to that album then to now people all call that album classic, right? Yeah. And let me see what else. Yeah, I don't think he's really put up anything else that's kind of... But all I'm saying is that this feels... Is this Pharrell? Oh, that's Yeet. This does feel like a different response to his music being out that I've ever seen. It feels more Nicki than Drake in his social media responses. And again, I'm pretty sure he would have a response to this like, yo, bro, like, nigga, I told you I only lashed out at Drake, lashed out at Joe because he went personal. But I do think he seems like he's monitoring if people don't like this, and he cares a lot in the moment, rather than say, you know what, say what y'all gonna say. I'm gonna come back in 2 months and see if y'all still feel the same, right? Okay, I'll move on for that, but I'll get to the Joe Budden thing. So Joe Budden was on Clubhouse last night, and this was Joe responding, or actually kind of like carrying on the conversation about why he said what he said on the podcast. Here he said.
With Eric, know what it takes to be here a year. If you don't, because
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's why I said let someone else speak. That's why I said not Annie, and not Bang. Hey, Bang. No. But wait. But sometimes hold on, Bang. You're not old enough to really have this conversation.
How? I want to hear why you feel like that. I'm 31 years old.
Oh shit, Bang is 31.
Yeah.
I thought you was way younger.
You just act like that.
Nah, bro, I'm a fan of you, bro. I grew up on you, bro.
Outside while it's called.
Yeah, I grew up on you. I've watched, since I've been in hip-hop, bro, I watched you. Everything you did, bro. Video games, music, your podcast. I watched your entire transition.
All right, hold up. Let me walk outside, man, because you're making me. Don't let the dogs bark. All right. Okay, so now tell me why you feel like what I said was personal.
No, because you said he like rapping like a kid, like he appealing to the kids, and
that's
it's like,
exactly
bro,
that's exactly what he did.
He is, but he also appealing to a wider audience than I feel like you ever had to.
Whoa! That negates the point.
How?
We already know about the audience he is appealing to, but he managed to rap sort of like what I'm saying on Her Loss. He appealed to that same audience. This particular album, there is none of that. It's a lot of songs that should have been on Yachty's album. It's a few songs that just sound like it's for the TikTok young streaming demo, which is cool. But when you are the leader of the pack, you choose how to dictate. So it's disappointing to hear him sound like Lil Uzi Vert or Travis Scott or Playboy Cardi, or all of these niggas he's trying to mimic. Drake don't need Lil Yachty in the studio to help him with nothing. That nigga's Jesus in this shit damn near. Yachty does not.
By the way, I think Joe saying that Drake was sounding like Playboi Carti and Uzi. That's hyperbole, which means he's just exaggerating a lot. I think he was just basically saying that new young crowd, and even now we got to be honest, like ain't Uzi about to be 30. So again, Uzi isn't really the youngest. It's the Destroy Lonely and the Ken Carsons and the Yeats, and there's like almost a new underground that really, the kids are paying attention to, definitely on TikTok and other places, but they haven't gotten that mainstream shine yet.
I need to be there. The older you get in music, you shouldn't be less vulnerable. Drake is at the top. You shouldn't have been more vulnerable earlier in your career. You shouldn't have been a better rapper earlier in your career. And if that's still there, which it clearly is, because he'll Instagram some bars. That shit Instagram was heat this morning. Whatever the one that ended with the Toronto kids. That was heat. Nigga,
You just read
on
that.
a project. I'm a core Drake fan. So, yeah, I was there for comeback season.
By the way, as I listened to this conversation, and remember when me and Boom were talking, I was realizing, first of all, I don't think none of this stuff is that like personal and like people like trying to get it. Well, Joe did get a little personal, but for the rest of people, I think we're finally seeing Drake's fan base has always been like this huge monolith where even if you're 40 or you're 17, you're almost still okay with the content. I think we're finally at the point where everybody who is 31, 32 plus, right, that listen to Drake, and the niggas who are in their 20s and teens that listen to Drake, there's beef. There's beef because now the music, like Drake, one thing about Drake, he's always been great at making music for like this palette of people where international people would be fed. People who love R&B would be fed. The hip-hop purists who are backpack niggas who would be fed. Like, he would make music for a wide variety and a range of people, which is, by the way, always made it tough for him to make a bona fide classic because he has to make classic songs and put the shit together and still check all these boxes. We're finally at the point with Drake where I think the oldest of his supporters, which I think the oldest of his supporters call themselves the core, because they're under the assumption that if you're a core fan of Drake, you love So Far Gone, right? You love Thank Me Later and Take Care, and that kind of birthed him, and obviously nothing was the same, birthed him into this fucking phenom and Megatron that he becomes. So it's the first time we're seeing the top half of Drake's fan base are now beefing with the bottom half. Because, again, there is a lot of people that are saying, yo, no, this shit is hard. What are you talking about? And those are usually the youngest of the fans, right? So you have his older fans beefing with the youngest of fans. And remember I told you, back to that fork in the road thing, I think Drake is like, yo, listen, without him saying it, like I remember when Jay-Z said, niggas want my old shit, go buy my old album. I think Drake is kind of there saying, yo, you want that Drake? Well, go listen to that Drake, because I am moving forward. And not saying he's trying to isolate people, but he is moving forward in what he finds forward. And yeah, it is what it is. Let me keep playing.
I know how shit's supposed to sound. Can't nobody talk Drake with me.
Oh, you want me to mention comeback season? I see you. By the way, let me read some donation. Furlan's Gamer says, I'm waiting for the day you crash out on Drake. See, yeah, some of y'all got bad intentions, man. David Unick, thank you for the 5. He said, yo, please take some time to listen to your review. You want me to listen to my review of Views and listen to Joe Budden's review of Views with 2023 years. It's the same talking points. You know what? That's probably a good conversation. Remember, people were saying that like Views wasn't that good. I think I liked Views, but a lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people were like, yo, More Life is better than Views. And I was like, nah, Views is better than More Life. But Views was more updated. Interesting. All right. If I have time, maybe I'll do it off stream. If I have time, I'll do it on stream, right? Daddy Logic, thank you for the 5. He says, yo, Drake is having issues with becoming older. That's why he's lashing out. I don't think he's having issues with him growing older. I seen his father comment something today, and it's not that I believe Drake's having a problem with aging. I think he, or maybe the people around him too, they're having a problem with y'all trying to throw him in the act your age bucket. Yo, act your age, buddy. Yo, bro, you still rapping about that? You old now. Like, that one of those, right? Like, you know how we do with Nicki Minaj a little bit? Let's be honest. Remember when we say, yo, auntie, stop rolling around the Thanksgiving table. Like, yo, you fucking up the stuffing and the mashed potatoes. And, yo, what the fuck? You know what I mean? We're basically telling her, like, yo, act like someone who's 45. I think Drake is fighting that. He's a youthful person. He's always made music for the bachelors, the people who are, you know, just youthful in spirit. And I think he has an issue with people telling him to make music for a lifestyle he's not living yet, right? Drake doesn't come across like the nigga who's living the Jay-Z lifestyle, which, like, no disrespect to Jay-Z. Jay-Z's walking down the beach with Jack Dorsey and his wife, and he's wearing these open toe chancletas. You know what I mean? Like, he's not trying to hit the club and trying to turn up. Like, Jay's in a different world. So if Jay came back and be like, yeah, I'm fucking all these bitches sucking my dick, yo, I'm about to bag a hoe, we'd be looking at him like, yo, bro, that's not your life right now. Like, in reality, that's just not your life. I think with Drake, despite his age, that is Drake's life. Like, Drake is rapping still about the things that he's doing. Now, you might have a critique to say, dog, you should grow past it, but who are we to tell a nigga when he should stop doing certain shit? You get what I mean? If I had $1 billion and I'm 37 and every bitch on planet Earth want me and I could do whatever I want, man, come on now. Anyway, let me keep this going.
He know that. So I can't really hear what you're saying. You spitting like internet propaganda. Like you just
wow, that's what I said. How? I listened to the album, top to bottom.
But what you're saying is a personal attack on what I felt when I listened to the album.
By the way, MDH251, he says, Drake should have put out Scary Hours and kept working on the album. This sounds like a recorded on tour album. I feel that way. Now, I'm not gonna say how he should put it out, because I think for Scary Hours, I think he could have dropped a 3-song EP, right? And by the way, some of the songs, like even that freestyle he did on the radio, I thought that could have been part of it. I think he could have dropped 3 songs. We would have gave him until the end of the year to drop some hot shit. But I do think he likes dropping in October for whatever reason. Obviously, his birthday's coming up. But, hey, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's contractually he wanted to drop now. By the way, also, Gene C, thank you for the 5. He says, to be honest with you, why does Nicki get shitted on for doing the same thing Drake and others rappers do? Gene C, I would ask you what exactly, right? Like, shit, I think Drake is getting shitted on right now for him doing something that we associate with Nicki. Nicki is always like she's a legend, but she's involved in like little petty shit, right? Which is like, yo, why is the legend the best female rapper of all time like in this? That's why I think this is the only thing I think is jumping off the page with Drake. Like, who knows? Maybe in 2 weeks, everybody comes around and say, yo, Drake album's fire. Or, oh shit, it wasn't that bad type shit. You get what I mean? What's jumping off the page right now is, yo, we ain't never see Drake act like this. And that's the Nicki thing for me. Like, Nicki's been acting like that since 2018, since Cardi B came on the scene. Nicki's been acting just like that. Like, she's insecure. She doesn't know who she is, that she needs to be competing at the moment. Like, she's thirst for attention with the current crop of people, not knowing she is considered the greatest female rapper of all time. Drake is the GOAT. Drake, whether he drops a song and you might be like, yo, remember when he dropped 2C Slide? He's not online. Everybody was like, that's just for the kids, TikTok shit. He's not online cussing people out or being upset that people don't like it. Okay, you don't like this one? You know I'm coming with some other shit later. All right, fine, fuck it. We'll move on. You get what I mean? I guess that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to go back a little bit, and then I'm going to just play it because, the point here was to get Joe's opinion. Here we go.
Or Travis Scott or Playboy Cardi or all of these niggas he's trying to mimic. Drake don't need Lil Yachty in the studio to help him with nothing. That nigga's Jesus in this shit damn near. Yachty does not need to be there. The older you get in music, you shouldn't be less vulnerable. Drake is at the top. You shouldn't have been more vulnerable earlier in your career. You shouldn't have been a better rapper earlier in your career. And if that's still there, which it clearly is, because he'll Instagram some bars. That shit he Instagram was heat this morning. Whatever the one that ended with the Toronto kids. That was heat. Nigga, put it on a project. I'm a core Drake fan. So, yeah, I was there for comeback season. I know how shit's supposed to sound. Can't nobody talk Drake with me. He know that. So I can't really hear what you're saying. You spitting like internet propaganda. Like you just
wow, that's what I said.
Huh?
By the way, I know I wasn't trying to pause it, but I do have to pause it here to say this. It was interesting when Drake, said what he said in my comment section, and this is when I realized just the power of really celebrity, right? Because obviously, Drake is just like the fucking biggest, right? In terms of like that type of stuff. But when Drake said to Joe, yo, you failed at music, blah, blah, basically saying, how could a failed musician tell a successful musician how to do music or what he's doing is wrong and whatever. You know what that reminded me of? Like, I seen mad people co-sign, like, I ain't gonna lie, Drake got a point. How could a nigga who failed at music tell him? So if that's what any of y'all thought, how could you say anything to Drake? If Joe can't say nothing to Drake, you can't say nothing to Drake, I can't say nothing to Drake. Basically, we just gotta sit here and take whatever he gives us. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, obviously, like, a lot of the thing about sports, a lot of coaches weren't great players themselves. But I seen a lot of people trying to validate it. But in reality, because Drake rarely goes in and disses and violates a nigga like that. So when he did, everybody jumped on it. Well, yo, this is the biggest ether ever. How could a failed artist tell a successful artist how to do it? Well, how could a fan tell an artist how to make music? Why do y'all complain about music? For anybody who thought that, you should never complain about music because you don't make music. How could a non-musician tell the musician how to make music? Do you get what I mean? We're only talking about criticism here. We're only talking about criticism.
Oh, I listened to the album, top to bottom.
But what you're saying is a personal attack on what I felt when I listened to the album.
Facts.
And how our ears ain't gonna hear it the same.
No, you right.
Two different things.
Right, but what I'm saying is you're saying that you basically saying that it sounds childish. I don't feel like it sounds childish. I feel like when I look at a 36-year-old, like I'm just only using this as an example. When Hov dropped that 36 and niggas was saying he was rapping like saying too grown shit, whereas like, yeah, only grown niggas can relate to this. It's like, all right, that's cool. If you want to do that, that's cool. But you can't be mad at a nigga that still want to be young because when niggas listen to his music, they don't see age.
I can. See,
when you listen to a nigga like Drake or Future, you don't see age.
Wait, that is weird. That's you. You speaking for you.
I'm saying that most people that I know
but that's where I'm confused. You have the right to speak for you and feel however the fuck you want to feel when you listen to this project. I'm not intervening in your thoughts on it. So why do you get to intervene in mine?
No, I don't.
Oh, shit. Oh, wow.
Yo,
What you mean?
And
I'm giving up.
No, because you wasn't even here, Max.
yeah, but let them talk. You trying
Yeah,
to
like
because it's very
you
ironic.
trying to put extras.
It's
You
very
putting extras
ironic
on
that
it.
everything I said, Joe come and say it and wasn't.
He didn't say nothing that you said, bro.
I just said you got a whole what? I just said that you don't know what you're talking about.
Nah,
you
Bang,
don't.
she
I
said-
just said.
You said Joe never cared to be. No, but she said no. She said Joe. She said Joe never.
Hey, Felicia.
But I said that.
Joe never cared to be the biggest
No,
rapper in
once
his career.
again, what I spoke to is you said when rappers go in, they think everything they make is a hit. I said I know.
No, I never said that,
Hey,
bro.
You did. I'm gonna tell you.
I said they
want
to make a hit every time they go in the studio. Niggas want to make a hit.
Some niggas go to the studio just to rap, just to release, just to get shit off their chest. Bang. Everybody not going to look for a hit. I'm telling you that.
When you get in the industry
Yeah.
and your life depend on it, you rapping trying to pay
Now
the
you
bills at the
adding
end of the day.
extras. Now niggas lives.
How we not talking about? We not talking about
niggas.
niggas. We not talking.
Okay.
Bro, we talking about niggas that's in the music business.
Okay, all right, cool. Let me see if I can get back to Joe.
He still, he not a nigga that fell as a man. What the fuck? 10 years in the NBA.
Slow average like 5.
Okay. So that was as much as he contributed. For me, I'm, I understand both sides a bit. I do think Joe went a little personal. I think Drake has all right to respond to that. But I also stand on the side that if we are consumers of Drake's music, we should be able to criticize him. Okay? And as long as these critiques are based in music, why not? Anyway, perfect. So I think that's about it in some of the responses, right? Anything else? Anything else? All right. By the way, randomly, and this is not necessarily a Drake-ish thing, right? This is not like a Drake-ish thing. Hey, could I get like a check? And by the way, Stu talking about, there's a lot of, you know where my chat queens are coming from? Is not Facebook, YouTube. Like they're crazy. By the way, that's why I shouted out Felicia on our Facebook just now. Not Facebook. I mean, fuck YouTube. We do stream on Facebook too, though. Can we get an age check of everybody in here? Like, just spam your age. Like, if you don't want to spam your age, just say, are you in your 20s, 30s? Are you in your teens? And the reason why I asked that is because of that donation that was sent earlier where someone says, they believe that Drake is having issues with becoming older. And, as I was thinking about it, I'm like, what? No. You know what I mean? Like, shit. I remember for the longest, you got to remember, think about me, right, bro? I started like this YouTube shit, like early 20s, my guy, right? So I'm early 20s, I'm doing this. And I've always been known as, Ak is like the biggest outlet connected to the youth, connected to the youngest, like, artists that feeds a fan base of kids. At a point, I was always going to be 30, right? And mentally I had to realize, like, hey, listen, your job is just to be natural with yourself. So if you're still listening to drill music at 70, it is what it is. I don't really look at age like that. But age in talk media is way different than age in hip hop, right? Like, for example, I hope y'all still listen to me when I'm 50, right? But I don't think my age being 50 will matter that much as long as I'm being fair and as long as I'm being youthful. Like if I'm still listening to that shit, I'm whatever. In rap, it's almost like a death sentence, right? Like a rapper's age is like a woman hitting 30. It's like proverbially, right? Like, how sometimes dudes act like when women are hitting 30, like they're about to die. Well, you got no kids, you hitting 30? It's like, like you're on a time clock, right? And I'm wondering, does Drake really have an issue, or is he thinking about aging like that? And you know what clip came to mind? Do y'all remember the interview he did with Yachty? Drake Yachty. Let's go, Drake Yachty. Oh, this interview is a moody conversation. There's a part in the conversation where age is kind of brought up, and I remember Drake was just like, "Oh shit!" Like, you know what I mean? It was like, somebody get me the timestamp. It was basically, it was a slight exchange between them, and it was just kind of like, it made it obvious that Drake was like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "Yo, dog, I'm like way older than you," type shit. You know what I mean? And if you ever listen to music, like for example, I listen to dancehall. There's this brilliant artist called Alkaline, right? Came in the game really young. His thing was, I was the youngest. He's like, I'm the youngest in charge. Okay, that was like 8 years ago. Now he's like 27 or 26 going into 30. That's no longer his thing. And he has to kind of mold because that was his brand. He's the youngest and the hottest. Like, by the way, even YoungBoy. Like, YoungBoy was like, that was kind of part of his brand. That he's this young kid who's really competing with these older vets. Does anybody have a timestamp for me? Yeah, Somebody says Future is almost 40. I think Future doesn't make it a thing. You get what I mean? Future doesn't, like his music, if Future was making the same music at 50, I don't think I would care. Right? Like, put it like this. Lil Durk, if you never knew that Lil Durk was, like, how old is Lil Durk? If you never knew Lil Durk was Lil Durk age. If you never knew, Durk is 30. If you just listen to the content of his music, you would definitely think Durk is like 24, 25. Do you get what I mean? So, could somebody give me the timestamp though? Please give me that timestamp if you can. So, again, I guess I'm coming back to the conversation of, I don't know if you guys are in entertainment. So, if you're working a regular job, like growing older is probably just not that a bad thing. Obviously, if you're a woman, there's certain type of societal pressures that, it almost kind of make it feels like you're devalued because you're older or you're 30 plus. But like, dudes, for the most part, like them aging doesn't really matter that much. Actually, it's probably a benefit because they're making more money. And nobody kind of looks at like a cap of what you could do in terms of your job. Think about if you work a regular job. The person probably getting paid the most, been there the longest, probably one of the oldest. It's fine. It is what it is. But in hip hop, it's so centric on the youth that it's the only place where people, like the majority of hip hop artists, initially coming into the game lie about their age, right? It's like normal. Cut a couple of years off that you could keep a couple of years on later, right? Or you try to hang with younger people, or you just try to seem youthful. You do surgeries to keep that younger physique. You see Diddy in them. Diddy, have you seen Diddy in the pandemic? He's completely gray. Diddy now, he's not walking around with that gray shit. Like his shit is, him and Khaled, they're gonna be still trying to look youthful, at least in their 30s. They don't want to be looking like a 50-year-old man, right? Somebody says start at 23, go to 6:15. Oh, y'all just trolled me now. Oh, Drill says it's 8:05. Oh, y'all just trolled me. It's 8:05. All right, I know Drill not gonna troll me. Here we go.
Like, I don't know. Like, I also really need like a house in Turks.
Yeah. Here's a song. It's on Views where you said something about retiring at 35. When you got close to 35,
here we go. I hate hearing that shit.
Yeah.
See, to go back to that comment via the donation, like, I've never thought about that when it came to Drake. Like, does Drake kind of, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, truthfully, you see when Nicki start doing the little things and I need to get at Nicki, I remind her that she's a grandma. I know I hit her with the age thing because, and by the way, play this. People could say to me, accurate, you're in your 30s, my nigga, bruh. I'm a media personality. My age does not matter, okay? Listen, when I'm 50 and I'll be like, you're 50, I'm like, okay, the fuck? I'm a media personality. As a rapper, it does. Anytime when I'm getting at Nicki, I hit her with the age. Bang! Yo, menopause is around the corner. Yo, shorty, like, come on, man. Like, yo, auntie, right? I do that. I definitely do that. But I've never thought about Drake having to, like, because I think for women it's more of that than men. But listen to Drake kind of like, deal with the age question.
And then, like, I don't know. Like, I also really need like a house in Turks.
Yeah. Here's a song. It's on Views where you said something about retiring at 35. When you got close to 35,
I hate hearing that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it the other night while we were at the
Yeah, people always say that. When you were younger, did you think 35 was
really old?
Yeah. Yeah. You thought like 35, I'm like good.
Yeah, I just like maybe that's like I think that.
Were you like 26 then?
I was young, yeah. I think like that and sometimes when I've like said girls' names in songs, maybe those are the two things that I look back on and I'm like, maybe I could have done without like shitting on people for age, like or
Which, by the way, is a very common tactic, right? Like, I know, I like your act, bro. Like, you just be giving it to Nicki, and I'm not trying to pick on her, but I always say that about. I'm pretty sure Nicki now wishes she didn't shit on Lil' Kim for age. Right? Didn't basically call her old and washed up, right? Because as you eventually, like, you can't avoid it. Like you can't avoid aging unless you're gonna die young, right? So even Drake is kind of having those same things. And by the way, like, I don't know if you know the rapper The Game. The Game was just like, yo, I think he had this line. I don't know who he was dissing. Was it Jay? It's like, yo, you 35 and still rapping. It was like, it was a big deal to be rapping past 35.
Saying like, you know, or like disrupting somebody's life. I never, like, the lyrics are never with ill intent, but it's like, I had somebody one time be like, you know, it's not necessarily what you're saying about me, it's the fact that you said it.
What does that mean?
Like, just in the sense of, like, you don't know what it does to me. Like, you don't know who my boyfriend is at the time, or you don't know who, like, what.
Chat, there's another part in here. Y'all could tell me the timestamp. Drill, try to get the timestamp for me. It's where, like, Yachty reminds him, like, how old is Yachty? Yachty told him, like, yo, he's, like, 24. And he was like, damn, you're young. Like, Lil Yachty age. Yeah, it's like, I guess at the time, Yachty was 25. And Yachty, like, reminds him of his age. Because, like, I guess we're having a conversation and, like, something was said that kind of went over the other's head. And Yachty reminded him of the age. Do you get what I mean? And he was like, oh, shit, you're fucking, like, you're young as shit.
I had to build up for myself. So I've like tried my best to stop doing that, but I like to be honest in music too. So that one's a push and pull. But when I was younger and I would like,
you used to do a lot. I used to think you were making girls' names up.
No, I don't think I've ever made a girl's name up.
That's crazy.
Ever in life. I think that's the one thing that I would like maybe say is like just makes me kind of be like. Just to think it's so wavy to be young, it's not that sick. Because I'm here now. Like I just left 30.
Hey, this is such an interesting reaction because Yachty kind of side eyes him, like, because Yachty's younger. Yachty's like, nah, it is kind of cooler to be young, right? like, look. It's interesting where Drake is kind of like looking for a little bit of he's looking for like a little bit of oh yeah, nah, it's not. Yeah, it ain't nothing about being in your 20s. You can see like that's like a look of, yo, are you gonna validate what I'm thinking? And Yachty's kind of like, just watch.
Left 35, right? And it's like,
I'm gonna go back a little bit.
You used to do a lot. I used to think you were making girls' names up.
No, I don't think I've ever made a girl's name up.
That's crazy.
Ever in life. I think that's the one thing that I would like maybe say is like just makes me kind of be like. Just to think it's so wavy to be young, it's not that.
Somebody says, Ak, why are you so fascinated about age? The reason why I'm having this conversation, I think that's the personal jab that Drake felt from Joe. Joe essentially said to Drake, bro, you're an old man who should be acting his age, rapping his age, hanging around people his age, and also fucking women of your age. That's where the personal beef got in. And then there was someone who sent a donation in to say, do you think Drake has a problem with aging? And I said, I've never thought that before. But if I had to think of him dealing with that subject, it brought me back to this video. And this is the video where, you know, Yachty, who's 10 years younger than him, kind of brings it up. And they have like an interesting exchange. And I don't know. Let me play it.
It's not that sick. Because I'm here now, like I just left 35, right? And it's like,
you're getting up there.
Well, all right. But
I think that's the acting in him right here, though. I think that's the acting. That's the acting in him, though. I think that's him acting a bit. I don't think he cares that much.
Because I'm here now, like I just left 35, right? And it's like,
you're getting up there.
Well, all right. But
just saying.
Nah, I think that's acting though. I think that's just content. I think that's content, but I do think that kind of like hits him a little bit. You get what I mean? Like chat, be honest with me. I think it's more content than whatever, but I do think, you know they always say there's a truth in every joke. I do. Maybe Drake is like, I'm still like Drake's nickname is the boy. Right? I'm still the boy, right? I'm not the man. I'm the boy. Does it feel? I don't know. Let me go back.
Left 35, right? And it's like,
you're getting up there.
Well, all right. But
Just saying.
yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. How old are you?
25. So
Yeah. I can't wait. You're gonna get old as fuck.
Yo, Drake, Drake, let me tell you this. This is, when you hit your 30s, this is what you tell niggas in their 20s, because you know you can't get your 20s back. Yo, I can't wait till you get to 30, nigga. I can't wait till you get to 30, nigga.
you'll be
Still dripped
It's
out.
much basketball. Just saying.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. How old are you?
25. So
Yeah. I can't wait. You're gonna get old as fuck.
by the time I get old as fuck, but when I'm old as fuck, you're gonna be in a cane.
No, by the way.
You'll be using a cane.
Hey, that was a little jazz. I'm gonna be honest. Obviously, by the way, I think they're friends, and this is all jokes. But you know,
10 years older than you.
Yeah, you'll be
Still dripped
As
out.
much basketball you play, you'll definitely using a cane by 40.
Nah. By the way, I'll be in incredible shape.
I think you'll be using a cane.
Nah, I don't think
do.
so. But again, I know that you have like confidence at 25 because you're 25. Like it's so.
I've
cool
had confidence
now.
since 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's like cool to you that you're 25. I get it. I was there. By the way, I was there. I was like 25 too. I was damn, I'm 25. These old ass niggas.
Now you're saying 30 is the new sexy, right? That's what
No, I'm not saying that. This isn't like a.
hey, you see, he basically preemptively said, because you know Jay-Z said that, yo. Did Jay-Z say 40 is a new 20 or 30 is a new 20?
You're one of those people.
I'm not like.
This is an interesting question because
Okay, all right. So, yeah, I mean, I think some of that, you know, again, some of Drake's comments, no, not Drake, Joe's comments came off as, yo, you're the old dude in hip hop trying to blood suck the youth for the wave. Or, you know what I mean? You're the old creepy guy pulling up in your fucking car at the high school trying to pick up a girl. You know what I mean? Like one of those types. And I get why personally you would be offended by that, because it's not only like, definitely it's age shaming a little bit, but it's kind of making you seem like you're a fucking creep, right? Or like you're just like, you're doing some shit wrong. And, you know, according even what Drake said, yo, bro, like the niggas is making shit up. Like these are not real things. Like, again, I think we see Drake with Yachty and we probably think that Drake is hanging out with like Yeet and Yachty and the rest of them. For whatever reason, Drake fucks with Yachty, right? But do I think he's not hanging out with like the normal dudes he normally hangs with? I think he's still hanging with them. All right, anyway.